Hey, it's Chris. I've been at work on a couple of things, and right now I wanted to bring you into some behind the scenes transcribing. And so, what I do is I take stuff that I've written by hand and make a video about it. Then I import that video into Descript and transcribe it. The artificial intelligence does a great job, and then I have to go back in and just do some editing. But it helps the stories get ready faster for you, so let's get into it. This is from Disavowed, which is in the Shadowboxer series. Carver said bolt, so he bolted. Later, he could think about it. They could discuss the who and debate the why, if they lived. Because that was the goal of bolting. Get away from danger. Fast. Get safe. Hopefully. Then build a response. He had been compromised before, hence the off-book acquisition of the townhouse next door. Owned in the name of a dead man's name he had pulled off a tombstone in Lafayette, Louisiana. No way to connect it to Brill because of the random nature of it. He sealed the house behind him. It wouldn't stand up to scrutiny, but it might buy him a few minutes. The place was furnished with thrift store finds. It looked like it belonged to a couple of snowbirds away for the summer. He glanced at the red digital clock to double-check the time, just before 4 a.m. He had read somewhere that the KGB liked to knock down doors and cart people off at that hour. He guessed whoever was after him adopted that play from the playbook. A runner's backpack rested on the glass top of the rattan coffee table. Brill slipped it over his shoulders. The pockets had cash, energy bars, and a half-liter of water in a bottle. It also had a .25 pistol. He double-checked the load and pulled a headlamp on a band over his forehead as he peered through the blinds. The backyard was small but fenced. Brill opted for the 9-foot privacy length to border the 15 by 12 space. It kept out prying eyes. It also prevented him from seeing what was happening in his own backyard next door. He had to rely on memory. On the memory of a protocol he never practiced. Depending on the size of the force, there would be a team of 4 to 6 back here. 4 to breach the slider, 2 to grab him if he squirted loose from the pincer move. 6 through the front. They would meet in the front room, leave 1 at the bottom of the stairs and another at the top of the landing. It would take time. And time was a problem for them. No matter how fast they move, time was a problem. The second story fought against them. The movement up the stairs would give him time to react, time to prepare. 5 seconds, maybe 10, because they would have to clear the rooms. 3 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bathrooms. He had used iron powder in the paint on every wall in every room, which rendered accurate heat signatures impossible from the outside. The assault team would be moving into an intelligence vacuum. Where was he? Was he armed? With what? All good questions to know up front. Tough questions to answer in the middle of action. 10 seconds, Brill decided. It was enough time. It would have to be. He shifted a finger through the blinds and unlocked the slider. He kept it oiled so it wouldn't make noise when it moved. But the blinds would. Rigid plastic that would clack and clatter as he shifted through. He would need those 10 seconds. Brill waited and listened. 3 minutes after, 4, glass shattered, wood cracked, and boots pounded. No voices to announce who they were, just the chaos and confusion and the rush of crashing bodies. He pushed the slider open, stepped out and closed it. 3 seconds. Watched the play of flashlights, but none of the beams washed across in his direction. None of the beams washed across the stucco in his direction. 2 seconds. He ducked and rushed across the well-kept grass in the yard. Brill hit the sod on knees and elbows and crawled into an 18-inch culvert. It ran under the fence and under the asphalt running trail that stretched behind the townhouse complex. He swirled the headlamp on in a narrow beam and searched. He didn't expect the assault team to consider a drainage ditch an escape route. Not yet. Not at first. But that didn't mean no snakes. The pipe ended in a dry ditch 20 feet past the edge of the asphalt. He pushed a wire mesh screen off the end of the culvert, grateful it was enough to keep critters of all variety out. Brill stood in the trees and listened. The search hadn't extended to the path yet, but it would. Once the intruders realized the house was empty, they would fan out. Again, time was on his side, he thought. They wouldn't have long to search. One of the advantages of living in a densely populated complex. People were always around. Some of them would be nosy. Busting through doors attracted attention, and that meant the police. As if cued by his thought, he heard the familiar wail of sirens as cops came to investigate. The trail was a second advantage. They stretched across 3 counties in an intricate network of recreational opportunity. The trails were very popular, which meant even at just after 4 in the morning, there were runners. He watched a bouncing headlamp shuffle past and saw a duo of others coming in the distance. Brill made his way to the trail several hundred yards away from his home. He waited for 2 ladies to jog past, a steady stream of conversation between them. Then he jogged out in the darkness until he was a half a mile from his house. He turned toward the tavern for breakfast, Carver and Answers. And that's chapter 1. I'm going to do this again in just a few minutes because I wanted to transcribe these 2 today. I think that's 1,000 words. I got 1,000 more to go, and that's 2,000 for the day. This took me, 8 minutes. So what are you waiting on writing your story for? Anyway, hope you go out there and have a great day. Talk to you later.